Hey guys, I just want to say hello. Just enjoying this beautiful day. I'm enjoying this beautiful day. I'm here up on my roof of my house, just reminiscing of the times I had with my mom. That I had gotten this house. Actually, I manifested this house for my mother. Amazingly, I wanted her to have this house so she can live her last days and just be happy. Because when she first came here to visit us, in Spain, I was living in a little apartment that I actually manifested for my kids and myself after my husband left. It was a 4 bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms, nice kitchen, 2 balconies. It was perfect. The price was perfect. And when she came to stay, it wasn't really enough space for her, so I manifested this beautiful house. I love this house to death, but it is so expensive, very expensive. So, because she wanted it so badly, she decided to pay for the rent, and I paid for the bills. This is how bad she wanted this house. So now that she's gone, I am with this house and stuck with the bills and the rent of this house, uh, which is okay. For some strange reason, as you see the title of my video says that how you can I kind of like learned so much by all of this situation that I had with mom. I've learned a lot. I've been trying to manifest. I've been using the law of attraction before mom passed away. I've been using it. Gosh, maybe about 2 or 3 months before she passed, and never to realize that it can actually bring a lot of comfort to me. It helped me get through all of my sadness and my grief. It comforted me. I used it to comfort me. I just kept my vibrations high, and as I kept my vibrations high, and I kept on an emotional high, to just getting through it day by day. Okay, yeah, I am human, and of course, I miss my mother to pieces. But if I didn't do this for myself, right now, I'd be crazy, all right? I'd be crazy. I'd be going mad. I know you guys are probably saying, how could she smile like that in the other video? How could she smile like that? But I have to stay on a high. I stay on an emotional high, and on top of staying on an emotional high, I have been continuing to manifest money. And money is just coming out of everywhere. And I am so grateful that I have money coming from every which way. And it's helping me pay. Sorry about that. A phone call. Somebody called me, and unfortunately, I lost my train of thought, but it's all right. A friend of mine called me from, I'm here in Spain, so she called me from Colorado. I just wanted to say hi to her. Yeah, so what I was saying, I just can't believe how much these downfalls in my life has helped me improve myself and improve my well-being. I have to say, I was worried like hell. I was really worried about paying for this house. I was worried. I was like very nervous. Talking to my family about it, I said, how am I going to pay for this? I'm going to have to move out of here, I was saying to myself, but yeah, I know. I don't think I'll have to move. Not with the money that I'm generating, and whatever I want to generate, whatever I want to manifest, I will manifest. I need money to go to America in June to lay my mother next to my dad, and I will get the money. I feel so confident that I will get the money. I have gotten a lot of gigs A lot of gigs coming up, man. Lots of weddings. People calling me out of the blue to do gigs. I have a gig in America, in Virginia. I have a gig in here when I come back. And for big money, I mean, like really, really big money. And for some reason, it's just, everything's just coming to me. It's just using the law of attraction. Every day, I do this thing that I don't know if you guys have seen. It's called the 55 times 5 method. So whatever I want, I write down whatever I want 55 times a day, but I put it in present tense. So I'll say something like, I am so grateful for having $50,000 in my bank account. And you have to be specific. Have to be specific, because if you're not, yeah, you will get the 50,000. If you say something like, I want $50,000 in my bank. Yeah, of course, that's obvious. There's 50,000 and then some in the bank, isn't there? In your bank, the bank that you're associated with, but not necessarily in your account, is it? I've heard of another woman that she was wishing for 50,000 in her bank, and she was standing online, and her boyfriend had no, she was looking to put 10,000. She wanted 10,000 in her bank account, and she wrote it down. I want 10,000 in my bank. I want 10,000. Thank you for 10,000 in my bank. Thank you for $10,000 in my bank. Thank you. She wrote it down 55 times for the day, 5 times, 5 days, 55 times. So that day, the last day that she wrote it, she went to the bank, and she went with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was going to deposit some money in the bank. He had the same bank as well. So he asked her to stand online, and he was writing out the check to put the money in the bank. And so that's what he did. And he came over to her while she was online. He handed her the check, and she had a $10,000 in her hand. It was a check for $10,000. But then by the time they got to the end of the line, of course, he had to take back the check and put it in his bank account. She says, oh my gosh. She says, you know what? That is so strange. I really did have the 10,000, but I didn't specify that I wanted it in my bank account. That's it right there. That is it. You have to be specific. Like, for example, big example. For me, that happened to me as well. I wanted to start it off with something that was low, something that was a little bit more realistic for me at the time. So I asked for 5,000. So at the beginning, when I first started the 55 times 5 thing, I wrote, I would like to have 5,000 in my bank account. That's what I wrote. I didn't even write present tense. I'd like to have. I said I would like to have, which is a very bad thing because it's resistance. It's like you're not sure about it. You're not having confidence in it. So I said I'd like to have 5,000 in my bank account. Now, as I said earlier, my mother, she paid for this house, and my cousins are like the legal attorney of my mother's bank account in America. So I was going to ask for some money because I needed to pay some bills. It wasn't quite time to pay the rent yet, so the rent I had to pay every 3 months. After withdrawing the money, they send me the money from America. So that it was like, I knew that I had to pay for the rent the next month, but I asked for some money to pay for some bills because I didn't have it, because in the wintertime here there's no work, so I wasn't working. So I asked my cousin if he can send me like $700. I could pay for some bills, you know. And he says, Sharon, he says, aren't you going to ask me next month for, you're going to ask me next month for money, so why don't you just take out the $5,000 now, and so you don't have to pay twice. You got to pay like a fee, $50. What is that? Strange. $50. and $50. You would have to pay a fee of $100. So why don't you just take it out one time now? I said, fine. So then he sent it to me. And this is a month before I have to pay for the rent, right? And when I saw the 5,000 in my bank account, I said, wait a minute. This is what I was trying to manifest, isn't it? I didn't even look at it. I said, wait a minute. I have $5,000 in my bank account, but the reason why I mean, I was grateful that I did. I could pay the rent and everything, the rents and the bills or whatever, but it was to pay the rent and the bills. I had to specify what I wanted it for, not to pay for rent and bills, but so I changed it up and I said, I have all the money. I started writing, I have all the money that I need for all my wants, dreams, and desires. I have all the money, just present tense. And I kept writing it over and over again, and money just started coming from everywhere, every flow just started coming from everywhere. I said, you just have to change it up. Write in the present tense and be specific, because if you're not, the money's going to, yeah, you'll get it, but it will go the wrong way. I heard of another woman that was asking for 5,000 by the end of the month. And I look at a lot of these videos on YouTube, and she was asking for 5,000 by the end of the month. So she wrote down the 55 times 5 thing, and by the time, I guess the end of the month, 3 days before the end of the month, she gets into a car accident. That wasn't her fault. Almost, I mean, it was a really serious car accident. And because it was the other person's fault, she got a check for, guess what? $5,000. Yeah. Not being specific. So you have to be very, very careful when you're doing these things, because it can backfire on you. I mean, she did get the $5,000, but she could have lost her life as a result of it, right? So, so this is what I'm doing. I am using the law of attraction. Let me tell you, that stuff really works. It really works. I keep it in my mind's eye. I visualize, I meditate, and I see things that I want. And because I've been really concentrating on just one thing, other things that I try to manifest, it doesn't come true because I'm really, really focusing on this one thing. So, yeah, that's my law of attraction lesson of the day. Just be specific, okay, folks? You don't want to mess around with that because it can be very dangerous. So, I have learned, I mean, law of attraction has helped me, comforted me through this whole ordeal with my mother. And I do get sad. I do miss her very much, but I don't stay there for long. I stay on a high vibration. I think about her. I know that she's happy where she's at. I know she's hanging out with my dad, and they're having a big party up in the sky, big a family reunion. And that makes me happy. That really makes my day. So, anywho, and also, she's also sent me money. It's strange. In a strange way, after she died, my son, he is kind of clairvoyant, and he can talk to the dead or see the dead. And for some strange reason, she told him for me to go to her closet, and to look for things or to bless her closet or something. And I went to the closet, and I found money wrapped up in paper. $100 bills there, $50 bills there, 200 there. It was amazing. It was amazing. By the time I finished, I found about almost $1,000. And to find out the next day that I wasn't done yet, he came back and he says, "You're not done yet, Mommy. There's more money there." And I did. I found another 200. Money's coming out of everywhere for me, so I'm quite happy. So, yeah. So that's that, folks. I just wanted to tell you all about that. I'm going to be making more videos about law of attraction and my experience. This is my experience. It's my opinion. It's not etched in stone, but it's my opinion. This is what I've gone through, and it works for me. And you never know. I'm telling you about it because it might work for you as well. All right? Okay, guys, you guys take care. I'm just going to continue watching this beautiful, beautiful sky. It's going down, and I just want to really do some sun gazing And I just want to say goodbye, you guys. Love, peace, and and soul to you guys. Okay, light for you, bright light. Always get that bright light going inside of you. That's helped me so much, and it's comforted me throughout this whole ordeal. So, you guys take care, and I love you, and we'll see each other again. All right, bye. Love you.